Hello, welcome everyone. How we doing? By everyone, I mean every one of the one of you. What's up? Go ahead and sound off if you're in here. We're gonna go ahead and get her going. Alright, let's see. So, yeah. I don't know if y'all were here last week for that. Last week, I will be the first to admit, not a great episode. I was super very much sick, out of it, just not in a good place. Terrible things were happening to me. But yeah, that's all done now, and here we are. What's up, Lexi? Always good to see ya. And yeah, even though you currently have no competition, Lexi is #1 in the chat. Congratulations, Lexi. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and do the damn thing. Yeah, just looking at this airplane here, it kind of makes my stomach go, whoa. Because that's where my stomach was at last time I looked at it. Alright, let's go ahead and throw a stendo on this biash. And yeah, we'll just get right to it. So today's topic, as you may have noticed, is going to be aliens and everything that involves. Yes, let's get Lexi to go. Your last name is almost let's go. Lego. But yeah, aliens. So Lexi, and other person who just joined, do you, I mean, I don't think it's really a question if aliens exist or not. Like, it's almost kind of weird to think that aliens possibly don't exist, just given how big the universe is. But how many of y'all believe that aliens are actually here, visiting Earth? Are they? Are they not? Personally, I'm gravitating towards, probably not. Just seems, it just seems like a lot on a cosmic scale, given that the speed of light, at least to our knowledge, just absolutely cannot be breached by physical matter, which is what we are. That, and also given how big the universe is, you have to assume if it can be done, it would have been done already. And it also would have been done by more than one, like, alien civilization. Like, I get it if there's one alien civilization where, like, you know, they got like a deal going on with the world government, saying like, hey, let's keep this hush. But just for how many alien civilizations there would have to be, I just cannot imagine that they would be able to keep them all under control. This nice little area here, you got a little couch, CRT TV. Oh yeah, plop a Nintendo 64 on top of that bad boy. Let's get it all cleaned up. There we go. It's a clean-ass TV. Alright. Let's jump up on topic here, yeah? Didn't do that in the last round. Alright. How does an airplane even get this filthy? What could possibly be up there in the sky that's doing all this mess? Flying through clouds of pollution, just... Actually, I have to imagine that planes that regularly fly between Charleston, West Virginia and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania end up looking like this in pretty short order. But yeah, let's maybe not get too deep into the alien conversation just yet. There's only 3 of you here so far. And, I don't want to run out of juicy topics before, you know, the crowds really start showing up. But, I just woke up from a really, really good-ass nap. Oh, the mayor's calling. Mayor Jeff Johnson, the 13th. Say, Dirt Finder, if you can discreetly find your way over to the mansion as soon as... Well, fuck you too, Blake Thrust. The laser gun situated under the fuselage uses a state-of-the-art crystalline compound to create an energy feedback loop that instantly plasmates the air. Consequently, its beam reaches upwards of 3 million degrees Fahrenheit on a hot day. Worn out, AA. But only one like this. Only like bleh, but only one like on the stream. What's wrong with y'all? I don't know. They might need a little bit of motivation there, Harmon. We might have to call somebody. Call somebody and do something about that. Yeah. Speaking of which, do not forget to tune into CWG last night, because Hartman's already made the call. He's made the call, folks. And tonight, it's when the consequences come to bear. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's wrong with you? Travis Yams. What's up, Kyle? How's it going? Hope you're having as good of an evening as I am. Just woke up from a very, very refreshing nap. Like, you know how sometimes you wake up from a nap and you just, like, feel even more tired, you got a crick in your neck, you're kind of hot and sweaty? That wasn't one of them naps. Nap I just had, dog. Nap I just had, dog. Refreshing. Had a really fun, cool dream. What was the dream what was the dream about, you might ask? I'll tell you what the dream was about. And I'm not even lying. 2 chicks at the same time, bruh. 2 chicks at the same time. Fuck yeah, haha. Jamming out. My yams up. My 800-watt speaker came in today. Lottie. Man. People across the ocean are gonna hear that meditation music. You're gonna send a new tsunami with that damn thing. Kyle bought out the nudist Buddhist and all of a sudden... brought out the nudist Buddhist and all of a sudden found his funny bone. Most liked clip on CWG. Ain't it wild? Yeah, there's definitely something to that nudist Buddhist bit. That was fun. Yeah, and the whole time Kyle was the nudist Buddhist on CWG, he was like complaining about, oh, I'm running out of material, and yet he never did. We got you, Kyle. And that was fun. It was also very alarming. Because Harmon may have known that the nudist Buddhist was coming. I had no idea. I was scared as shit that you were gonna move that bowl that was in front of you. And then, bye-bye FireDjinn Media Facebook page. And also bye-bye to broadcasting on Facebook for the near future. But, yeah, thankfully it didn't move and underwear was actually on the whole time. Like, I did figure that Kyle was probably wearing underwear behind that bowl, but I didn't want to find out. There's always that chance. Let's see. When's the last time you had a wet dream? When's the last time I had a wet dream? I don't think I've ever had, like, a wet dream. Let's see. Oh, thanks, haha. Thought I was gonna be naked. I mean, I wasn't sure. I was thinking, honestly, probably not. But I knew that the chance existed, and I was scared. I was a little bit scared. Let's see. Bob, the nudist Buddhist, wasn't coming. He was seem entertaining. Fair. Howdy, Talmadge. Didn't mean to type that. I was just giving DJ kisses like a maniac. Oh, okay. Fair. You should see the new character I'm working on. Haha. The Buddhist Bandit. Ooh, okay. What you gonna do? Steal my heart? Well, spoiler, you've already done it. Let's see, I used to have wet dreams every time I would detox off drugs. Yeah, whenever I was detoxing, I was just, like, coming off of, like, not sleeping so much. Like, especially, from PCP, because that's one of those drugs where you can't really sleep on it, or at least get, like, any meaningful sleep out of it. So I remember, like, when I finally quit doing it, I was just so out of it, to the point where, like, my mom would come in my room and try and wake me up, but she couldn't. Like, no matter how much she would, like, yell and try and shake me awake, I was just knocked the fuck out in the deepest sleep that I have ever slept in my life. I one day wish to have another sleep like that, except this time for positive reasons. I'm not sure that you can sleep that deep for positive reasons, though. I don't know. Maybe if I just spend all day working really hard at something busting my ass. But, yeah. I'm not sure that entirely counts as a positive reason, no. Maybe. Depends on the circumstances. Let's see. He wasn't new till the Buddhist Bandit, stole his clothes and bowls. Well, that ain't no good. What kind of Buddhist is out there stealing shit? I feel like that would make Siddhartha Gautama very upset. I mean, if he's the type to even get upset. I don't know. How am I supposed to get to some of this shit? I guess just by... Yeah, there we go. Occasionally forget that you can crouch in this game. Now that, I really wonder how the fuck I'm supposed to get. Oh well. Oh well, whatever, never mind. Yeah, I maybe shouldn't even sing copyrighted stuff. Yeah, so last week's episode, I'm not exactly heartbroken that YouTube basically punched that whole episode in the face. It wasn't a good episode, but I did learn a valuable lesson from it, is never play copyrighted shit, especially if it's like from a very, very famous artist, such as Ozzy Osbourne. You will lose the stream forever. Even if your channel isn't monetized. Like, I don't see what the big deal is if it's not even a monetized channel. I am making no money. Like, I get it, it's not my content to use, however, I would argue that, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? see. Why be sour when you can be sweet? Sometimes I like to be both, like a Sour Patch Kid. Sour is fun sometimes. A lot of really good jokes come from people being sour. Sometimes salty, or even bitter. Although sour, in terms of like ways a person can be, sour, bitter, and salty oftentimes mean exactly the same thing. I feel like someone needs to fix that. I like the way that it was put in... Oh, here's Blake Thrust again. Obviously, going that fast through the air generates a lot of heat. You don't say. Like, how fast is fast, though? Because most planes are, like, covered in ice when they get too high. Once landed, it's possible to cook a beef bourguignon on its wing in less than 3 minutes. I guess that's a French word for fucking burnt. I don't think you're supposed to be able to cook meat in 3 minutes. Alright. I was in the middle of saying something before Homeboy interrupted me there. I wish I could remember. I was so confident that I would remember too, and yeah, no, I did not. Yeah, something about sour versus sweet. I had some shit to say about that. Oh well. Okay, so I feel like there's enough people in here now that we can start talking about today's main subject, which is aliens. Alright, so how many of you guys believe that, not necessarily the aliens exist, because I mean kind of obviously the universe is big enough, but how many of you guys believe the aliens are actually out there visiting the Earth? Like they're showing up here and saying what's up to us? I would argue no. The distance between stars is too big. It doesn't seem practical to come all the way out here, given how long it takes. It's like well over a light year to the nearest star. And like the nearest star that could possibly have other life on it, several many more. I think that would be like Kepler or something or another. Yeah, I just don't think they're making the trip. Project, I don't believe they visited Earth. Yeah, we're on the same page there. Project Bluebeam is right around the corner. I don't know about that. Like, I feel like for Project Bluebeam, the cat's kind of out of the bag. But I do think that the government definitely does want us to think that aliens are real, because it's like the perfect cover for a lot of their military black programs. It's just technology that's so new and unknown to us that they're like, yeah, sure, kid. It was the aliens all along. We're definitely not going to use this to blow up children overseas. Well, let's get her dead. There it is. Let's see. They don't need to travel, haha. They dimensional shift. Wrong near stars for you. Yeah, either way, it's still a long ass way away. But yeah, Kyle, you might be onto something there, because I don't think that they are... If they are coming here, I don't think that they're coming here physically. However, I do think that it's very possible that they can sometimes tune in with us, maybe mentally, or through, like, I don't know, some type of technology. Like, Terrence McKenna, he said that it's not unlikely that they're communicating with us via psilocybin mushrooms. Which, having done that, I would say that, that is not entirely unlikely. Because I've definitely had some words with some motherfuckers via the mushroom. And one interesting thing about mushrooms is I always feel like I'm dialed into something. Like mushrooms to me feel like it's a sort of communication device. To what? I don't know. Aliens, maybe. Angels, demons, maybe too. Ghosts, who knows. But I don't know. I always feel like I'm tuning into a headspace where I'm not the only one who's there. Maybe it's even just other people who are also on mushrooms. Like, I remember a few times I did mushrooms, and I remember hearing, like, some beep boop type of noises, or like radio static. Like, my brain was, like, tuning into some type of, like, wireless frequency, like, maybe even my Wi-Fi, I don't know. But there's some shit to that. I feel like if aliens were gonna communicate with us, dialing into our brains by mushrooms or DMT would be a pretty smart way to go. A lot smarter than, coming all the way out here. Let's see. Lots of comments. Well, we are all aliens to the aliens, so that just makes us all one big family. Fair. Dude, you realize that the biggest thing happening right now is they're saying there's a strange object heading towards us right now that should be here in October. I'm getting to that. Don't worry. We're gonna come to that. Telepathy. Terrence McKenna, heart. Yes, big hearts for Terrence McKenna. Bashar said they are gonna be here by 2027. I don't know how I feel about that. I also have no idea who Bashar is. I know who Bashir is. That's the governor of Kentucky. Hi AK, how you doing? If you can imagine it, then it exists somewhere in another dimension. Well, that's a crazy thought to think, but yeah, probably. One must figure there's enough dimensions. There be a lot of damn motherfuckers. But, yeah, so Harmon brought it up. Might as well talk about it. So, yes, there is an interstellar object heading towards Earth right now. It's the third interstellar object that's ever been detected. The first one being Oumuamua, like that long cigar-shaped asteroid that showed up back in, when was it, like 2017? That was weird. And then the second one was called Comet Borisov. I never even heard of that until just recently when this new thing showed up. I guess nothing really came of that. But yeah, the new one, it's pretty wild. So, it has a lot of weirdness going for it. First of all, it is, at least people are, leaning towards that it is a comet. And, but it's not like a regular comet for a lot of reasons. For one, it appears to be very reflective and red, which, fair, it can be red. There could be like some iron oxide in it or something. But another weird thing about it is, like, how comets have, like, they got a tail on them. Well, this one has a tail on it too, but it's facing the wrong direction. Like, it's facing towards the sun instead of away from it. one would not expect that to happen. So there's that. And another one is just the path that it's taking. Like it's flying along a path that is going to bring it very close to Mars, very close to Venus, and on the way out, it's going to be very close to Jupiter. And there's this guy, his name is Avi Lib. He's, I think he's like the chair of the, don't quote me on this, of the astronomy department at Harvard University. And yeah, so it's not like he's just some blogger, conspiracy theorist. He is extremely respected in his field. And, you know, he's got something to lose here. But yeah, he thinks this is crazy too. Now, one thing that would definitely raise some alarm bells should it happen is whenever the object comes close to the sun, what we really do not want to see is deceleration, right? Because that means that maybe Jupiter isn't what it's heading towards. Because fucking A. All right, maybe I need the ladder for this part. Okay, if I bring the ladder up here and put it there, and I fall down, then how in the fuck am I supposed to get it back again? Anyway, deceleration is really what we do not want to see, because that could mean, because of on the path that it's gliding on, it might be using the sun's gravity to fling it around the sun and come towards Earth from behind the sun, which would make it very difficult to see on its approach. And it so easily could do that. I remember that tail I was talking about, how it's like in front of it facing towards the sun instead of facing away from the sun like a normal comet would. Well, we hope this isn't true, but it has been suggested that maybe it's not a comet tail at all, and it is in fact reverse thrusters, so it is slowing down. But I, to my knowledge, no one has detected those reverse thrusters reverse thrusting. It doesn't seem to be deviating from its expected path. But another weird thing about it is, if it does slow down and come towards Earth, it's gonna be showing up like right around Halloween. Wouldn't that be freaky? And yeah, then from there, we're just gonna have to hope that reality is more akin to Star Trek than something like, let's say, Warhammer 40k. We're gonna hope they come in peace. Or if they do come in, you know, in the spirit of conflict, it's for good reasons, like they're here to, you know, cleanse us of our president or some shit. That would be nice. Okay, let's see. I know I'm missing these comments. Just finished Entangled Life, all things mycelium this morning. Amazing shit. Hell yeah, man. Who's that by? Is that from Paul Stamets? Because Paul Stamets was just on JRE again. That was a really fun episode. Listen to the whole thing. Let's see. Maybe they are coming to greet me on my birthday. Haha, best present ever. They're calling you back home, Kyle, is what they're doing. Bashar is a hack. He's the dude that acts like an alien, takes over his consciousness, and then he does lectures. Okay, that rings a bell. I don't think I've seen any of those lectures, but yeah, that does ring a bell. And it's not him saying 2027. The government has been saying that date for years now. Well, I don't like that. Okay, sounds like a red rocket. Got a red rocket for you, bud. Yeah, it doesn't act like a comet allegedly, so it picks up speed and slows down, and the tail is off. But if these bodies are just vessels for consciousness, then how do you explain thoughts? Where do they come from? The universe, the brain, one and the same. Yeah. I think me and Harmon were talking about this, I don't know, it might have been CWG, might have been a Vibecast, it might have been just us talking, but yeah. I believe Harmon said something along the lines of, and I do agree with this, by the way, consciousness isn't something that happens, like, locally in the brain, but instead, and maybe I wasn't talking about this with Harmon, but I was talking about this with someone, and I think it was Harmon. But instead, consciousness is just something that is. It's always there. It's a part of the universe, and it's more like consciousness enters, you know, complex enough matter to where it can kind of, you know, flow and flourish. And like the most complex thing known to all of mankind, and I don't think I'm making this up, is the human brain. So yeah, checks out. Checks out. Okay, let's see. Everything is real, lol, magic, channeling spirits, the multiverse. It's beautiful to think about when you expand your ability to believe in the unbelievable. We might be taking it a step too far there. Like, I used to be really into occult practices when I was a bit younger, and if that shit is real, then I certainly don't recommend it. Pretty much everyone I know who's ever gotten, like, deep into, like, I'm not talking about spirituality, but, like, magic, occultism, sorcery, that kind of a thing, they don't seem to be doing great, or they've undergone, like, such a radical personality shift that they just can't function like a human anymore. So, not recommended. I mean, a little bit of that is fine, like, you know, you want to draw tarot cards on the full moon, or you want to burn some sage around the house, that's all well and good, but it is really, really easy to get lost in the sauce as far as that goes. Drink water here. Alright, let's take a look at what still needs done. Alright, so looks like we still need to hit 2 more cockpit sensors. Alright. Okay, back to comments too. Yeah, you do gotta listen to the new Stamets. It's great. He's throughout it, but it's not about him. It's written by somebody named Merlin, who admires him, Terrence McKenna, and the like. Cool. I'll have to check it out, maybe see if it's on audiobook, maybe see if that audiobook is on Spotify or something. I'm down. Oh, this doesn't seem to be a cockpit sensor, but it still seems to need to get got. I need to go back up. Where'd I put the fucking ladder? Let's see. If he fully believes it, then I believe that he believes that as well. The message is what matters, law. Yeah. I think it was Freezy that was talking about the complexities of consciousness. Freezy is a complex consciousness. Possibly the most complex consciousness. I grew a beard. I'm never gonna get that. That was unhinged. Yeah, that was such a fun episode to do. Kyle, I want to discuss this topic with you over your podcast. I know you love Bashar, so I don't want you to take it wrong over text. Alright, so I would love to. A guilty pleasure favorite music genre of mine is Doomsday Cult Hymns. Might have to explore that. Is that a cockpit sensor? Okay. That's one of them. Still believe we have one more cockpit sensor to go. But which one? That one. What about that one? Apparently there's 7 of these motherfuckers. Where are they? Alright, that's not it. Nor is that. It's a little bit rough doing this when every cockpit sensor looks entirely different. Alright, back up we go. I'm obviously missing something here. Alright, so we got that. We got this. Yeah, we are at 99%, which means we're about halfway done with this thing. Alright, there's nothing up on top of here. That's been got. That's been got. And what's missing? Alright, hang on. There's 7 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, well. Here's the last one. There it is. Okay. That was weird. What's next? Elevators. Alright, so that's up on top. Come on, give me that ladder back. If I remember correctly, an elevator is... Don't fall off, I'll never get that fucking ladder back. This right here. There we go. Let's see. That chick made it on... That chick that made it on last week sent me a video of Beetlejuice, by the way. I changed my views. Aliens do exist, except for Bashar. Who? Yeah, who was talking about? Was it, No, it wasn't Jam, it was, I know who you're talking about. I forget her name off the top of my head. Don't tell her I said that. Alright, what's next? Fuselage wing. Oh, fuselage wiring. Alright. Alright, let's put this back down before I lose it forever. Alright, well, there's a lot more to go where that came from. Yes, okay. Oh, excuse me. Alright. And that... I changed my views. Aliens do exist, except for Bashar. Well, aliens definitely exist, but it's just a matter of are they showing up here? And I would say no. But they might be this October. But if everyone's been saying 2027, I think that it is really, really extremely weird to me that 3i Atlas is taking the path that it is. I think that it is probably just gonna go along its projected path. And if it is an alien, it could just be doing recon. Just looking around, trying to make sure that, damn. Maybe it's just trying to make sure that, I don't know, we don't have any military outposts or anything on, any of our surrounding planets. Just making sure Venus, Mars, and the moons of Jupiter are all good to go. We don't got no surprises for them hanging out over there. What shit, we might. The military is up to a lot of shit all the time. And maybe there's gonna be a fourth interstellar object coming to us 2027. And then that's the biggin. I'm ready to see you on the other side of space, brothers. Me too, honestly. Like, one of my biggest, like, fantasies is, oh, I still got 3 more fuselage wiring, so what am I getting back up here for? I just really want to travel space, like, No Man's Sky style. And, just be out there, discover new planets, and be mostly fucked off from civilization, just kind of do whatever I want at all times, see cool shit, do butt stuff with aliens, you know, every man's dream. Be on that Captain Kirk shit. Captain Kirk really did have it all figured out. And shit, so did Riker. Let's get under it. That's probably where the problems are. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I'm going to repeat everything I heard on here and act like I researched it. I mean, I'm literally just repeating shit that I heard on other podcasts. Now, granted, the other podcasts did have qualified experts on them, but I'm still not one, and I'm acting like I am when I talk about it. Alright, how much fuselage wiring? 2 more. Let's see, is there one over here? Yep, sure as shit. Smashing the highlight button. Don't see nothing. Alright, let's hit it from above. There we go. All anything anymore says it's all anything anyone says is just repeated information. Big if true. But yeah, really, it's I mean, sometimes the repeated information is, you know, shit repeated based on what instruments are picking up. Alright, I'm guessing the last fuselage wiring has got to be down below somewhere. Ah, it's this. The plane taint. There we go. It's got, like, you know how you got that seam between your balls and it kind of continues on the taint a little bit? And that's what this is right here. For airplanes. Okay. All anything anyone says is just repeated information. For what I've researched, most of what people say is just repeated information. Guys, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I mean, I know that this is you know, it's a very controversial opinion. Like, not a lot of people think this these days anymore. But anything anyone ever says anymore, it's just repeated information. Hydraulic pipes. Is that what's inside the landing gear compartment here? Are you hydraulic pipes? Damn right, okay. Now which one is the dirty one? Probably none of those, so those are probably good. What about up in here? Up in here. Oh, you're gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. And the other one's gotta be up in there, up in there. Aha. Oh shit, we're almost done. Laser mounts, rudder, and vortex generators? Huh. Let's get the rudder. I used to be really into airplanes when I was a teenager. I wanted to join the Air Force and become a fighter pilot. But whenever I found out that, you know, having glasses instantly disqualifies you from flying in the military, I was like, never mind. And just a few years after I graduated high school, they lifted it. But by that time, like, I was like, you know, full-on anarchist radical, like way too anti-government to ever join the military. Still kind of am. But, yeah. Might have been for the best. Okay, so I know a lot about airplanes, more than the average fella. But I do not know what or where a vortex generator may be. Maybe it's up on top here. Are you a vortex generator? No. There's a vortex generator. You guys have any idea where I might be able to find a vortex generator around here? That is a jet engine. Are you a vortex generator? No, you're a cockpit sensor. It senses cocks. This game is all for laughs until you realize those planes you're prepping are headed to Epstein Island. Well, considering it has a giant laser beam mounted to it, I'm in favor of that. LOL, oh man, it would be a little funny if you got a copyright strike from DMX's attorneys. I wouldn't put it past them. Dan, WTF, you don't know shit about airplanes. Vortex generators are airplane 101. I prefer Honda over Vortex. Me too. I thought, like, all of the older Civics had vortex generators in them. That's how they get all of, like, 180 horsepower. Or maybe that's VTEC and I'm confused. Are you a vortex generator? No, you're an antenna. Are you a vortex generator? No. Is the vortex generator up here? Let's see. Put it on this. Harmon, is this OSHA? I can't tell. Alright. Are any of you vortex generators? Trying to... Static wick. Okay, probably not. Alright. No vortex generators up here. Let's see. Let me check the underside again. Maybe the little boobies aren't vortex. No, it's all part of the same anti-gravity booster. All right, maybe the vortex generator is part of the laser gun. No. What is the vortex generator? Harmon, you should know this. You inspect vortex generators for a living. No house is complete without a good vortex generator. Just happens to be one on an airplane, too. you a vortex It is a vortex generator. Okay. How many? Okay. Whatever it is, I got 11 out of 12 of them. Okay, not you. Not you. Not you. Okay. Maybe a vortex generator is a legitimate part of an airplane. Not that. Nothing on this side. That's a wing mount. No. No. Actually, it makes total sense because, like, when airplanes kind of go, like, really fast, or they do, like, some tricky maneuvering, you do see, little vortexes of air kind of coming off of the wings. So, yeah, it actually does check out. And here it is. Here's our guy. Job complete. Ah, the time lapse, my favorite part. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, let's see what Blake said. Another exemplary example of power washing. I admit I was skeptical of your prospects of cleaning stains created at such high temperatures, but once again you've exceeded my expectations, so I'm exceeding yours. Feel free to use this hanger for any larger odd jobs that you may pick up in the future. Well, cool. Okay, so next one is to clean the Frolic boat. But, let's see if any of these bonus jobs have, like, UFOs or some shit. We're doing the alien episode today. No UFOs here. Oh, shit. What about... Oh, no UFOs there. Oh, it even says what's in there. Okay. Water mansion, plane, clean the desert parlor, clean the sculpture tank at subway train. Okay, wait. Clean the Mars rover, Fountain Miniature Golf Course, and... Hell yeah, let's clean the Mars rover. Closest thing to a UFO we've got. What generates a vortex? Probably wind spinny thingies. You may be right. Oh wait, vortex generators are the turbines. Well, yeah. I know all about planes. My best friend is a Muslim. Well, everything except landing there, fella. Dan Blake sounds like a manly version of... Thanks. What about Harper Shaw? What kind of voice do I want to give him? Hey, Wishy, sorry to message you so late, but how are you set for tomorrow? You remember my friend Marcia, the total space cadet? She's got an urgent need for a power washer. Couple of disclaimers. One, she's way out of town. She said she'll pay your expenses as long as they're not too astronomical. It has to be tomorrow. I just thought an odd job somewhere alien might help your business take off. I'll text you the details when I get them in the morning, and you can see how it lands. Until then, you can always dream of what could be. Alright, so I'm looking at this thing right here, and what I am immediately noticing are shit tons upon shit tons of... Starting this job will reset any progress on other bonus jobs. Fuck it, we ball. Hopefully it doesn't count the ones where it's 100% complete, but yeah. Shit tons upon shit tons of nooks and crannies. It's a teensy little thing, but this still might take a while. Alright, let's switch to... Oh, you are joking me. All I get are... Wait, hang on. Alright, at least I still have good attachments. Shit. Okay. Galactus is... Welcome to Mars, Astro Washer. We are extremely grateful you took the time to come all the way out here. You better be. Your liquid oxygen reserves have been carefully calibrated to last precisely as long as the mission, so do not concern yourself with time constraints. Thank God. Yeah. This is O2 levels 20% depleted. Alright, well, maybe there are time constraints. Now that your mission, exploratory rover, has been contaminated with dangerous substance. Sick, we love to hear it. Anything else there, fella? No terraforming or colonization can take place until you have eradicated the threat. Awesome. Let's see. Damn, Blake sounds like a manly version of Travis. JK, I'm not trying to get us extra buttons undone tomorrow. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't even wear a button shirt last time. Harmon just wore like a very America, fucking, what do you call that shit? What are you? Fuck off, bud. So, I don't really have any America-based attire, so I got my Canada-based attire. O2 levels 40% depleted. Hell yeah, brother. I gotta say, this is a very fine vape. I think it's a vape that I'm cleaning. And I think this right here is probably where you put the dabs in. I don't even know what I'm cleaning. I'm just spraying the damn thing. Something's getting cleaned. I tell you what. Oh, and cool, the entire landscape is the same color as the highlighted dirt. O2 level 60% depleted. Yeah. Wouldn't it be some shit if, we have no idea if the substance itself is terrestrial or alien in origin. Well. But yeah, back to the shit. In a previous outbreak, one of the colonies reorganized itself into a hierarchy determined solely by skills, capability, and personality of the individuals. But yeah, guys, so let's say that this comet heading into our solar system is alien in origin. What do y'all think it, like, wants? Like, what's its deal? Why would it even come here? Is it just maybe here to check us out, see if we're cool? Like, maybe they're just, you know, trying to pick up some weed, a little bit of yayo maybe. O2 levels 80% depleted. Okay, yeah, it's going right along with the percentage bar up there on the top. We've noticed footprints leading away from the rover that may or may not be human. Yeah, judging by, I would say probably not. But, yeah. I think that if there are aliens trying to visit the inner solar system, they might just be trying to pick up some of that good. Know what I'm saying? Like, where else are they gonna find it? We grow the best here. Yeah, speak for yourself, dude. Good call, Talmadge. Or maybe he's trying to get some pussy. That's what I would be doing if I was an alien. I'd be going to where all the weed and pussy is at. You feel me? Let's see. I know what it doesn't want. Bacon, not the food. JK, Freezy's joke book. Yeah. Freezy has quite the joke book. Definitely not your opinion. Alright, we're actually making progress a lot faster than I thought we would. Hopefully the oxygen levels are in fact tied to progress, because I'm not sure if the oxygen tank is entirely aware that 99% finished is only about 50% finished. And like I said, I still don't even really know what I'm spraying, just that I'm spraying towards what is hopefully the general direction of the dirt I'm supposed to clean. Oh shit, okay, I've only got 3 things left. Tires, wheel hubs, and a mystery hatch. Okay. Alright, so that tire's good, that tire's good. That tire's good. They spelled tire weird. Keep on forgetting this is a British game. Alright, this tire needs to get got. Oh, excuse me. Of course, there's a big fucking thing on it. Put a fucking boot on it. This is an illegally parked spacecraft. Can't get under there. I need to get under there, though. But I think they at least gave me a stendo. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, now wheel hubs. What qualifies as a wheel hub? Are you a wheel hub? Alright, maybe I don't need that much of a stendo. Yeah, that is a wheel hub. That is a clamp. That is a wheel hub. So is that. And that. What is this wheel hub that I'm missing? That wheel hub. Okay. There. Now the mystery hatch. Alright, what is the most mysterious hatch on this thing? Harmon, where is the mystery hatch? This is something that you know about. Are you a mystery hatch? Is the mystery hatch even on... Are you a mystery hatch? No, you're the body still. Are you a mystery hatch? Nope. You're just a big alien dong. Come on, mystery hatch. Are you a mystery hatch? No. Just in general a mystery. Jesus Louises. Funny the topic is aliens. Right before this podcast, I was studying and listening to stories about the Florida Mall incident. Do you know about that? No, but I know that it was either Oompaville or Wendigoon who just posted a video about it, and I've been meaning to watch it since it came out, but no, I'm gonna have to look into that whenever I get off here. But yeah, give me the basic breakdown of what went down. Like, what's up with that? Fucking mystery hatch, bruh. Is the mystery hatch anywhere under here? Nope, seems to just be body in suspension. But apparently the fucking mystery hatch is 12% of what needs to be cleaned. Maybe the mystery hatch isn't even like a part of it. Maybe it's out here somewhere. Are you a mystery hatch? It is a mystery hatch. And Harmon was protecting it the whole time. Harmon, Orca. Alright. Cleaning the mystery hatch. Job complete. Alright, let's watch that time lapse. Glorious. I forget what voice I gave this guy. Morning, Wishy. Don't worry about the emergency job. My buds called it off. It rained last night, and it's clean enough from that. Also, you wouldn't believe the dream I had last night. Full, should I donate my brain to Science Bizarro? How about you? Let me guess, you dreamt of washing a skyscraper after a huge gorilla made a mess of it. I miss you. See you soon, buddy. Yeah, that guy's weird. Alright, so... what next? Let's go back to regular career mode. And we're cleaning the frolic boats. Let's see... Yo, I saw this shit go down in the video. I can tell you where Harmon's mystery hatch is. I don't want to know where Harmon's mystery hatch is. Go down in video, send me the video, Kyle. Then the video I saw disappeared. It was a TikTok. I tried to find it again, and it was straight up gone. Damn. Yeah, that's sketchy. Supposedly, every squad car in the area is called out by law enforcement, which is unheard of, and it was for kids lighting off bottle rockets. Yeah, that is something that is generally handled by one, if not two officers. Maybe a few more squad cars than that, just in case it could possibly be guns. But eyewitnesses are saying there were giant pixelated, shape-shifting alien creatures there. People were passing out. I would consider that to be unideal. Yeah, I saw them in the video I watched, giant alien things. That seems a bit sketchy. Like, there were big pixelated aliens from a video? One might think that they were pixelated in the editing software. I don't know, I'm gonna need to look into this myself. Anyway, from Mayor Jeff Jefferson the 13th. Dirt Finder, are you as mesmerized by the principle of Archimedes as I am? There's barely a day goes by when I don't undertake some kind of minor water displacement experiment. Today I am seeing what happens when I pack all of my worldly goods onto my frolic boat and take it for a trip down the river someplace. I've granted you full access to my property to assist the clean, which will be rescinded following the removal of the final fleck. I appreciate it if you kept this between ourselves. I don't want anyone finding where Harmon's mystery hatch is. Ta-ta. Alright. To do it to it. Probably a hologram so they didn't get captured. Mal. What's up, Zach? I mean, yeah, it could be a hologram. If aliens have the technology to interact with Earth, then they certainly have the ability to project holograms. Alright. I think we could buy more shit. Let's buy some more shit real quick. Let's see. Shit for our current gun is down here. I could buy a super stendo, but that would be like all of our money. But that's also like the only thing that I'm missing, so fuck it, we ball. Excuse me. Yeah, I think the only other things to buy would be cleaning liquids and clothing. Yeah, let's maybe catch us some cool drip. Yeah. Ooh, or this. Let's see. carbon. Okay. I might have to buy that, but yeah, in the meantime, that's enough. Hey, oh wait, no. Hey, it's Harper. What on earth's going on in Muckingham? What on earth is going on? But I think that most, if not all, of the UFOs and alien shit that's happening. Just read that. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Most, if not all, of the alien shit that UFOs and shit that people have been seeing, witnessing, videotaping. I think really it's one of a few different things. I think a lot of it is government, like drones, military projects, things like that. I think that a lot of that shit has been really advanced for a really long time, and it's a lot of it's only just now coming out. Like there was that footage from that Navy like FA-18 fighter pilot that really made the news. Like there was clips floating around during the congressional hearing on UFOs, and from what I'm hearing, what I heard about it, it sounds a lot like those Chinese like balloons that were making everyone freak the fuck out a couple of years ago. Not necessarily anything alien. I think another big piece of the puzzle is I think a lot of it might be like electrical phenomenon, ball lightning and such, which ball lightning in and of itself is very weird, mysterious, spooky, even if you remove any and all alien aspect from it. Why is my stomach hurting? Why does this keep happening every time I go on Vibecast? My stomach starts hurting. I hate that. But yeah, and a third thing that I think might be going on, we're talking about ancient aliens now, is I really don't think there was any ancient aliens. However, that doesn't mean that a lot of ancient civilizations didn't have some non-human help. But just because they weren't human doesn't mean that they're aliens. I think that a lot more likely the non-human help might have been something more along the lines of like just a different type of hominid, like Homo denisovans, or maybe Neanderthals were more intelligent than we give them credit for. But more likely Homo denisovans, maybe like some type of other undiscovered hominid or hybrid thereof. Like, there's a lot of mention from a lot of different cultures, including the Bible, of there having been giants. Which, given that ancient humans were, you know, on average very short, like, I don't know, I think the average man from the Paleolithic was like 5'3", something along those lines. I think that, you know, just a motherfucker who stood 6 feet tall might have been considered a giant. And don't quote me on this, but a lot of people believe there's never a complete skeleton found, but Homo denisovans was something along the lines of like 7-8 feet on average, which that's pretty giant even by today's standards. Now, if they were interbreeding, which if you believe the Bible, they were, and what was interbred would be Nephilim. So, I'll give you an example, like, oh, now he lets me on the property? This is the same map where I had to power wash the whole fucker through the fence. Fuck you. But anyway, lions and tigers, right? So I forget which produces which, but, and I might be making this up, but if a male lion breeds a female tiger, you get what's called a ligon, which basically looks like a lion with, you know, some stripes on it. It grows a mane. It's pretty fucking cool looking. But if you reverse that, male tiger, female lion, then you get what's called a liger, which looks pretty much just like a lion, but they're fucking huge. And the reason for that is because in tigers, and again, and I probably am mixing this up, male tigers have the gene, or pass on the gene that, you know, tells the cat when to stop growing. And the opposite gender from the tiger has the same gene. So if they do it a certain way, then the liger has no genes which tell it to stop growing, so it just keeps on growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and it never stops. So the same could easily be true for humans and Denisovans, and they just breed a creature that just never stops growing, right? So then you could easily have like really giant humans that are upwards of like 10, 12, 15, I don't know how it would even be possible, but maybe like 20 feet tall. Just huge ass motherfuckers. Because the Elohim in the Bible, they called themselves gods. In some parts of the Bible, they're merely just angels. I think they were just Denisovans who, just regular Homo Denisovan, who thought very, very highly of themselves. Certainly they would have, you know, thought a lot more highly of themselves than, you know, the comparatively small brain, small stature humans at the time. Might have thought of them as property. It has also been suggested that they genetically engineered humans to, like, mine gold for them or some shit. They're just little worker drones. So I think that's a possibility. But yeah, no. I don't think that it was aliens from outer space. That just seems like a bit too much. And then there's the issue of the reptilian aliens, which I think it's really unlikely that there's aliens out there that are that similar to reptiles on Earth. I think what would be more like, well, I think the most likely thing is that it's a bunch of bullshit, but beyond that, I think it's a lot more likely that maybe civilization is a lot easier to come by than people think. Like, maybe there's been multiple civilizations by multiple different species, and, you know, maybe there was civilization back in dinosaur times, and there was, like, dinosaur people. Reptilian people, one may say. And maybe there's just, you know, a little holdout of them, like they still live on Earth, but they live underground because of, you know, for prime directive reasons, they want to interfere with the evolution of regular humans. Who knows? Alright, back to comments. I've been neglecting. Is Travis' audio cutting out to anyone else? Oh, shit. Of course, when I ignore chat to just talk, I miss things like my audio cutting out. Christine, what's up, Christine? I forgot how mesmerizing this is. Aw, thank you. You will go viral if you do a podcast from the shitter. Maybe someday. I just got a tablet, so, you know, anything is possible. I can't do, like, any big podcasting. I bought the tablet for different reasons. Mainly for school and for, the secret project I'm working on. Which has nothing to do with, YouTube or podcasting or really anything comedy related either. But you'll see more... things are in motion. I do have a secret project going on. So, y'all will know more about that at a later time, possibly not even this year. It's a lengthy process. Much lengthier than I thought it was going to be, which is okay. But anyway, back to the comments. Travis, your audio is cutting in and out every other second. Cool, thank you. Maybe his audio cord is going between some clenched cheeks at the moment. No. I might have just been sitting too far away from my microphone. That's very possible. It's doing the same for you. Okay. It's good now for me. Cool. That's great. I just got off a quick phone call, but I didn't notice anything in the last 2 minutes. Cool. I am going to go ahead and double check. Yep. Phone was connected to Wi-Fi. Let's fix that. Log off and back on. Now it's good. This is like casual geographic. I love casual geographic. These cats will fuck you up. They'll put you on a t-shirt. But Casual Geographic is great. I would love to get Casual Geographic on CWG. Harmon, if you don't know who that is, you gotta look him up. He would be great for the podcast. If you don't know, Casual Geographic is a YouTuber who does, you know, videos about animals, but in a very, very, like, dude's hilarious. He's a great comedy writer. Absolutely deserves to be on the podcast. Let's see. That would also explain why there are so few researching now. Yeah. Well, don't research now. Watch the podcast now. Or do it. See if I can. But yeah. Ancient aliens are a big probably not for me. UFOs being alien spacecraft, also a big probably not. I don't think that it's entirely unlikely that former inhabitants of Earth, such as Denisovans or reptilians, or there might have even been like a civilization of insects. Like people do talk a lot about insectoid aliens. They might be out there shaking shit up too. Who knows? But yeah, I can't wait to find out what's going on with this 3i Atlas comet. Even if it is just a comet, it's a fucking weird comet. I just can't wait for it to get in a little bit closer, so excuse me, fuck. We can get some better images of it. Because when Oumuamua flew by, I don't think the James Webb telescope was up yet. And you know we're gonna get some sick images. Although, the comet is coming from behind the sun, which creates issues with, like, exposure, overexposure. So the images might not be great, but that just kind of fuels the fire of, this thing is just coming in at such a unlikely trajectory. It's so specific. Like, it's passing so close to all of these planets. And it's, like, behind the sun from Earth, so it's very, very difficult for us to see. It's just so many coincidences just stacked up on top of each other. Like, it's, like, almost weird not to think that there is some type of intelligence behind it. Because I think Avi Loeb, like the astronomer guy from Harvard, said the odds of this happening, like, especially considering it's the third interstellar object we've ever seen, ever, the odds are like 1 in 200,000. Very, very, very low. Not quite like lottery odds, but at least scratcher odds. Like winning more than 20 bucks on a scratch ticket, those kind of odds. I know I've never won more than 20 bucks off a scratch ticket. In fact, I think the most I've ever won off of a scratch ticket is like 5 bucks, if that. I got terrible luck with gambling and shit. That's why I don't do it. If I ever go to Vegas, I probably will not be spending much time in the casinos. Which is crazy because I consider myself to be good at blackjack. Like, I got the strategy down. But I also have terrible luck with shit, so won't be putting too much money on it. Let's see. Everything evolves into a crab. Yeah, so why not crab people? I think South Park is the only people who engaged with the possibility of crab people. Speaking of South Park, yeah, so President doesn't like those guys anymore, and all the same people who are like, I can't believe a generation who grew up on South Park could be so sensitive. And yet here they are being very sensitive about the most recent episode. I gotta catch that. I seen a clip of it, the clip where, you know, dude paints a portrait of Donald Trump and he's got a tiny schlong. And he's mad about it, and then he takes all of his clothes off to reveal a tiny schlong and jumps into bed with Satan. It's fucking gold. I gotta see the whole episode. But I'm probably gonna have to pirate it because I'm not trying to pay for another subscription service. And I think that Matt Stone and Trey Parker would be okay with that too, because they became billionaires off this most recent season. I think they signed a deal where they get like $1.5 billion or something for the new season. So they've made their money. I don't feel bad about having to pirate the content. It also kind of screws with my theory that anyone who makes more than like, I think about $500,000 is a total piece of shit. Meaning all billionaires. Because Matt Stone and Trey Parker, especially as evidenced by the most recent episode of South Park, they're pretty solid dudes. They're probably the only billionaire, no, they're definitely the only billionaires that I can think of that I wouldn't be too nervous if I saw them around children. Ah, shit. Oh well. Gives me time to touch this up. Let's see. It looks like Charlie Kirk will be in the next episode as Cartman. Yeah, I saw that. Not as excited about that one. I don't pay enough attention to right-wing punditry to... Like, I know who Charlie Kirk is, but I've also never, like, cared or paid attention to anything about him. All I know about him is, I've seen him, like, on YouTube and Instagram Reels just spitting out dog shit opinions. Which I feel like most people's opinions about politics are total dog shit, including my own. I just try not to engage with politics more than I need to. But I do feel like there's certain things in politics that I feel like are just a given. Of course, not everyone feels that way. Like, for example, I think that it's ridiculous to think that possessing or smoking weed should have any type of criminal penalty. I think that people, even if they do immigrate to a country in a not legal way, still deserve some basic rights and due process. I feel like that should be a given. Things like that. But beyond that, like I said, I just try not to engage with it much or at all. I used to be like fucking balls deep into politics. I was a big time activist. I used to go to political rallies, be in a lot of political groups, and like most people who are very, very actively engaged with politics, I was a fat retard virgin at the time. I fixed at least 2 of those things. Still a retard. But, fat and virgin no longer. Maybe a little bit fat. And I still suck at talking to girls, but... still. Let's see... I can't stand Charlie Kirk. Dude loves to argue with kids and thinks he's a genius. Yeah, that's... I feel like most people who are too deep into politics do that, whether they're left or right-wing. And for all the shit talking on right-wing punditry I'm doing right now, I do not believe the left to be much, if at all, better. Worse in a lot of cases. But, you know, it's the right that's in charge currently, so that's who I'm gonna pick on the most. Back when Biden was still in office, I was definitely picking on the left a lot more than the right. It's just, you know, it's their turn. You know what I mean? Ah, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Stuck. Alright. Yeah, this thing was so filthy at first. Like, in the thumbnail, I thought it was a wooden boat. I reside now nowhere politically and can all get made... I reside nowhere politically and they can all get made fun of. Hell yeah. Even emo kids would beat up that dork back in the day. I used to be so shitty to emo kids in high school. And I did generally dislike most of the ones that I knew. Most of them, not all of them. There was a lot of cool kids. But yeah. Like, when I was at school, like, I would, you know, talk about, like, oh, I love, fucking Pantera, Metallica, Slayer so much, this emo shit is weak. And then, like, I would get on the bus, put on my headphones, and listen to Panic at the Disco in secret. Volume turned down kinda low, because I didn't want anyone to know. I still listen to, like, Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy sometimes. Not like a ton, but occasionally. It's on the liked songs playlist. Particularly Fall Out Boy. I love Fall Out Boy. But these days, I don't know. Rock music in general, I feel like they've kind of run out of shit. Now, they're still coming up with new, inventive, cool shit within the world of, like, metal. But, honestly, metal is, like, aside from, like, you know, more old school, like, thrash metal, never really been my cup of tea. Like, the only thing that's super impressive to me about, metal is really just the drums. Like, you know, playing kick drums at like over 200 beats per minute to me is fucking wild. I think the drumming is super impressive. The guitars, it's okay. The vocals, I think it's impressive that they can do that. I don't consider it to be like enjoyable to listen to. But, you know. There's still some new cool stuff coming out, like, things are really happening in the worlds of, like, psychedelic rock. Like, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is the only modern rock band that I really fuck with heavy anymore. That shit I love. But they're also, like, not your average rock band. They do so much genre bending, like, they've done, you know, of course, lots of, like, you know, what you would think of when it comes to psychedelic rock, like a lot of Fish, Grateful Dead type shit, but they also do, like, metal. They did a synth pop album. 2 albums ago, they did, like a southern rock type of thing, like something kind of Leonard Skinner sounding. That was fucking great. The most recent one was, like, they hired an orchestra to be on the album. That was sick. But, I don't know of really any other rock bands that are out there breaking ground like that. Let's see. Instead of the left and right, I like to pick on the downs. No, you can't do that. I felt the same. I felt the same about more than a few of yours. Yeah, about wishing you thought of it first. Yeah, I definitely know the feeling. There have been times when, whether it's Harmon or another one of you guys, or like an actual professional stand-up comic, they come up with just some fire, and I just get mad at myself for not thinking of it first. Like, really, really mad at myself. Like, it makes me legitimately depressed that I didn't think of it first. But yeah, I'm also not doing as much comedy writing as I feel like I should be lately. Guys, I am not feeling good right now. I really need to watch myself on Wednesdays, man. Hopefully whatever this is that I'm feeling is going to be gone by tomorrow, because the last thing I want is to sit through 3 hours of CWG just feeling the way that I felt. Honestly, I don't feel nearly as sick now as I did last week. But this is unbearable. And I know that the level of sickness I'm feeling right now is very curable by smoking a bowl. But that doesn't make for good podcasting. I get a little bit nonverbal. That's part of why last week's was so bad, is because I had to light up a bowl to kind of fight through the pain there, which did help tremendously. That's the only reason I was able to do it at all. But yeah, it just started last week, because right before the show, like, we had the president on, and you can't just, like, we had to have a meeting with the Secret Service, right? And, like, partway through the meeting, I had to get up and be like, I'm sorry, Mr. President / Secret Service, but someone gave my asshole the nuclear codes. I gotta take a little break real quick. And then it just never got any better. But I don't necessarily feel like I got the shits right now. I feel like I might throw up, honestly. Feeling a little bit too woozy. Alright, there's the hull. heal. Alright, let's go through the list. We got the helm. What's the helm? Is it this? No, we got that. Ah, this is the helm. I'm not sure I should be power washing all this electronic shit here, but here we go. Here we go. Alright, next is the rudder. Alright, that's gonna be back here. Oh, get down. Thought I got that. Now I do. Alright, next is the seats. Let's see. What about the Mars Volta? I don't dislike the Mars Volta. I don't have any strong opinions about them. They got a few sick songs, but I don't think there's anything by them on my playlist. I don't dislike them, but not 100% my cup of tea either. I'll put it this way: if Mars Volta was put on my, someone played it in my car, I would not ask that it be turned off. That would be fine. I saw them open for System of a Down. System of a Down, one of my all-time favorites. They're definitely not emo, though. I wouldn't consider the Mars Volta to be emo, though, either. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But yeah, System of a Down, all-time great. Let's see. Dude, I'd kill to watch that lineup. Both amazing bands. SOID is one of my favorites ever. Yeah, I would go to that show. I would go to that show. It was very fun. The most energy I ever felt at a concert. Yeah. I would say the most energy that I felt at a concert, probably Spangle, which is a very, very, very chilled out band. Like, their whole genre is called psychedelic ambient. But folks was getting down, though. Like, now granted, I was on a mixture of MXE and 25E N-Bomb, but, like, even then, I was still... Now, it might just be because they're probably... They're in a two-way tie for an all-time favorite band, but I don't know. I felt like the energy was very real there. Cabin Walls. Alright, that's very non-specific. Maybe it's all this shit here. I saw Infected Mushroom once live too. That was another great show. Again, there was LSD happening. LSD and Molly. I did Candy Flip. But, still an absolutely fantastic show. Oh, and back to the Spangle show. I don't know, one of my favorite parts is, dude was, kind of packing it in a little bit. And then, I started shouting the name of my favorite song. Like, everyone else was just shouting Encore. I was getting specific with it. I was shouting for him to play it's a song called Around the World in a T-Days. And I was just shouting, T-Days, T-Days. And then he glanced over at me, just made a face like, walked back over to his little setup there, and he started playing the song, and the crowd went fucking crazy for it. Such a fucking good night. Interesting trip back home, too. Let's see. It says that I have 0 viewers right now. Well, that's fun. I hope that's not true. Let's see. The concert was where the Seahawks used to play. On their song, Jump, they lifted the whole floor level synchronized. Hell yeah. and then they were introducing all the Hypnotize songs. Hearing the song Hypnotize for the first time made me feel like they can never be stopped. I bet. Oh, and yeah, and Zach said that he grew up on Hypnotize. Me too. Oh, shit. Ugh, I'm in a bad way right now, guys. If I sound like a moron, it's because I'm voice texting. I talk like one. No worries, you're good. System of a Down was a blast of a concert. Wolfmother opened for them. I'm not terribly familiar with Wolfmother, apart from I know that they have one song that I really liked. I forget what that song is. I just remembered that I liked it, and it is by Wolfmother. Alright, I just saw something. Yeah, Canopy Trim. What's this up here? Yeah, there's probably a lot of shit all the way around that needs to get cut. Let's see, what's the next thing? Canopy Trim. Okay, well, alright. I guess we'll focus Canopy Trim. Oh, I got the cold sweats right now, guys. Let's get this done quickly. I need to hop off of here. Let's see, most energy I felt at the concert was Coheed and Cambria. Not bad. I do really like me some Coheed and Cambria, but like I remember going through a lot of my favorite songs of theirs, just listening to the lyrics over again, and I can't help but notice that like I was getting the vibe that like, oh wow, this is music for incels. Like every song is like, love me or I'll hate you forever, woman. Cleats, combing, and deck walls. Oh, I'm combing. Oh, I'm surprised. I can't go to shows on hallucinogens. I can. And it's great. Alright, well, I don't know what cleats and combing are supposed to be, so I guess we'll do deck walls. That's a cabin wall. It's a deck wall. No, it's a cabin pillar. Deck wall's down here. No, that's the hole. Cleats down here. Are you a cleat? What's a cleat? Alright, so none of that is down here. What's this? This is the figurehead. Gold trim. Ah, these are cleats. Alright, but which one is the one? This. Alright. How many of them are left? Just one more. Probably on the back, I'm guessing? Yeah. Heyo. Well, I have biased relationship with System of a Down because I was hoping they would put Armenians on the map, but then Kim Kardashian said hold my Kanye. They put Armenians on the map for me. I didn't even know what Armenia was before System of a Down. So, I would say they kinda did. Alright, deck walls. What is the deck wall exactly? I sure as shit know what a canopy wall. Oh, this is the deck wall. Alright, it's probably the one around the back then. No. Huh. Alright, well maybe back around here, and I just missed it somehow. Alright, how many deck walls are there exactly? 5. Alright, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, never mind, it's this right here. I'm stupid. And it's good now. Alright, now combing. What the fuck is combing? But yeah, I highly recommend. Is it because you've actually been to a show on hallucinogens and you had a bad time? Or you just think that you would have a bad time? Because for me, it's really the way to go. Especially if it's, like, not every show, I suppose, is something you want to show up on psychedelics for. Like, I went to a Death Grips concert, which that was awesome, but I did not do any psychedelics. I mean, I kind of did. I did MDMA, but, I mean, which that's an interesting combo, Death Grips and Molly, which it was. It was a great time. But I remember by the end of the show, I was coming down off the Molly, and then it was time for Ministry to go, which normally I like Ministry pretty well, but I was coming down off Molly, which is a shitty experience, and I don't know, the vibes were just so off for Ministry. I just took the chick I was with, and I was like, nah, bitch, we rolling. I am 5D GSD kind of guy. I put all technology away, turn on a lava lamp, and venture inwards. Well, I think that some psychedelics lend their abilities to certain things, like mushrooms. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go to a concert on mushrooms. I feel like mushrooms are just too personal of an experience. LSD, though, is great for concerts. Kind of keep, as long as you don't do too much, kind of like about 2 hits of LSD is right for a concert. Keep your head about you, still like open your mind up, have a good time, hear shit in the music that you never heard before. I'm not sure if I would officially recommend this particular substance, but N-bombs I think are great for concerts because it's all visuals and minimal head fuck. Alright, I'm just gonna have to Google it. Boat combing. What is that? A boat combing is a raised structure around an opening on the boat's deck, like a hatch or cockpit, designed to prevent water from entering. Alright. So it's up there on the deck somewhere. Like a hatch or something. This is a very small little deck, so there's only so many places it could be. Alright, that's the seat. This is the deck. Is it up here, maybe? Oh, we're getting lost in the sauce now. Zach likes... Okay. NBOME is what I'm saying. 5 dried grams in silent darkness. Yeah. There's a kind of funny concept about a couple where the man keeps taking heroic doses of mushrooms and comes out a different person, and the woman just has to adapt to whoever her new husband is. Yeah, I think I'm at the point now where I've done enough psychedelics where I don't think that it's going to significantly change my personality unless you count, like, being less depressed a personality change. Alright, let me go back to Google here. Let's see, let me look at the image page. Alright, maybe it's like, is it this part? Yes, it is this part. Alright. Job complete. Alright, let's watch the time lapse. because you only do mushrooms nowadays. That's fair enough. Mushrooms are the safe option. I feel like LSD, if you get it from a trusted source, is fine. I still like to do LSD. If you've never tried mescaline, mescaline is the active constituent in peyote that I don't want to say I recommend. I don't recommend anyone do any drugs, but if you're going to explore psychedelics anyway, then mescaline's a good one. It's great. It just takes you to like the very gentle, happy, euphoric. It's like fairy world. It makes everything brighter and glowy and so much fun. But anyway, I'm not feeling great. Still much better than last time, and I don't have 35 people here to make me do another one, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the night. It's been really fun hanging out with you guys. Certainly a lot more fun than it was last week. So thank each and every one of you for coming out, and yeah, don't forget to check out CWG tomorrow night. Harmon's Calling the Cops. And that's about it. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.